I don't really travel. I've never been to China. Have you been to China? You haven't been to
Dude,
China.
I can't think of two people who have more opinions on places outside of this country that have never been anywhere more than us. We are the least traveled people I know. I don't know two, at least,
No.
right? And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I don't know two people who have traveled out of this country less than us.
Yeah, probably. How many countries have you been to?
America.
America.
And I kind of...
Do you count Canada?
Well, but see, here's the thing. I went to Niagara Falls, but we were on the American side. Of course. I did a little step in. I jumped over, jumped back.
I'm not going over there.
Jumped over, jumped back.
I get you.
Right?
All right.
But
yeah.
I've never technically been out of the country. I've never had to show identification to leave my land in my life.
Wow.
Or get back in it. I was just like hopping back and forth between countries, which technically I don't even think you're in Canada.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't. I mean, there's probably technicality.
There's a line.
There's got to be.
There's a line.
There's got to be a line.
There's a line on the ground.
There's got to be, dude.
But it's like, I'm hopping over here. You're just going to let a young black guy hop in your country and not even come to see what he's here for?
That's how Canada works.
I've never been, obviously, we've never been, neither one of us ever been to another country.
I've been to Mexico. I've been to Mexico once. I went to Canada once. And I was in the Bahamas once. Does Bahamas count as another country? That does count. Does Bahamas count?
That does count.
I was in Nassau.
All the places that you've been are still technically America.
Well, I will say, Canada was way more American.
Were they speaking American?
Barely.
Barely is still speaking American. Dude,
you know what?
Most of the people you know barely speak American.
I'm gonna be real with you. I would rather have someone speaking their native tongue than butcher mine, dude. If someone is saying something wild that, I think it's crazy because what they're saying, they think they understand the words and they think that I understand the words.
Fair.
And it's not, dude. And because when you hear somebody speaking English, you're like, oh, they get what I'm fucking talking about. Yeah. And then you start talking, they're just like, they just keep repeating the same thing. Like, oh, you just know. You almost know sign language. You know some words of this.
That's fair.
You don't know the whole thing.
But here's how I feel about butchering the language. I was raised in the socioeconomic bracket of people that butcher the language.
Sure.
Right? I kind of mutated out of it.
You grew up. You grew, dude.
Dude.
It's gross.
I have a hard... When you raise kids, you have to stop using words like growth. They don't work anymore. Right? Because it convinces kids that you'll get to a certain point in your life and then suddenly you're mature. And that's not how it happens. It starts now. It starts now, goddammit.
It's growth since birth, dude.
Dude, because you look at it, you see people all the way up into senior status, like old geriatric human beings that are still talking in that socioeconomic bracket of the people that butcher the language.
Sure.
So it's not growth. You can go your whole entire evolution of a human and still stay in that mode.
See, that whole thing. But that's anti-growth. I think you are confusing growing older with growing mentally wiser.
Well, see, but
I think that when I think of growth, I think of someone who's just stepping out of wherever they are and trying. But if you stay in the same spot, you're not growing. You're just getting bigger.
Yeah, but not everybody is oriented towards that. Not everybody wants that. Not everybody has that as a priority in their life, right? So let me ask you a question.
Ask me a question.
So I got into a debate with somebody online the other day, and dog, I would have left it alone.
Debate. Argument. Well, I got to do an argument with somebody online.
This one ended up staying a debate. She allowed it to stay a debate. I wanted it to be an argument. I'm not going to lie. But I was
ending everything with bitch. At the end
bitch, bitch. Yeah. But see, it got I don't like to use the word triggered, but I was triggered.
Oh, no.
Because I have a 13-year-old son.
Oh, here we go.
So this triggered me in ways that I'm embarrassed by. She put up some sort of meme about not knowing the difference between an excuse and a reason. And then she was like, for my autistic brain, I really need to know the difference between an excuse and a reason because every time I give a reason, people are just telling me I'm giving excuses. What do you think an excuse is?
An excuse is something it's kind of it's very hollow. or very like just like a vapid response. Like someone, if I was like, Sidney, why weren't you on time? And you're just like, I just couldn't make it. Like if it's a very like short, not an explanation. Like an excuse is like someone like where they're almost like, hey, this is just what I'm telling you, and you take it whatever way it is, and I don't really care whether or not you agree or disagree. An explanation or a reason is like, hey, hopefully you can see it from my side. Hopefully you understand where I'm coming from.
You're still that would still be categorized as an excuse. That right there, okay, so here's the deal. Here's the problem with all this. The difference between an excuse and a reason is not up for interpretation. There are definitions, right? And people don't know the definitions of these things. So everybody thinks that they can interpret shit. Dude, everything's not up for interpretation. There is a very specific definition for an excuse. An excuse is anything that you say that attempts to absolve you from accountability.
Okay.
That's an excuse. Very clear. An excuse, the definition of... So here's the difference, right? So you go, you're late for work. Boss says, why were you late for work? You say traffic, or a version where it's like, I didn't expect there to be as much traffic as there was today. That is an excuse. A reason, well, I didn't leave with enough time to get here on time. That's a reason, right? So I'm trying to explain this to them because I have a 13-year-old son. So dog, you know how many times I had to bring up the definition of excuse in this house?
Well, here's what I'm also going to say. You did leave on time and you still got caught in traffic. Say you did leave on time and
those two things aren't possible.
You were in... I just explained it. I just gave my explanation with the fucking Flix Bus. I literally left with ample amount of time. I was supposed to be... No. I was supposed to be in New York. I left my house at 11:30. I was supposed to be in New York at 4 o'clock. I left at 11:30 to get a bus that was scheduled to be there at 12:15.
For sure.
That is a reason.
For sure. No, that's an excuse. It's still an excuse.
It's not an excuse.
It's still an excuse.
It's not.
Listen.
That's the reason I didn't almost make it.
That's
I also then made concessions to get there.
Listen, am I saying it is an invalid excuse? It's an excuse that I can work with, right? As the person who's waiting on the other side and the person who is waiting on the person that is late, I get to decide whether or not the person given the answer, you don't get to decide whether or not this is an excuse that I'll accept or an excuse that I will reject. But you also don't get to decide whether or not it's an excuse or a reason.
I also was not looking for any absolution of what happened to me.
You don't have to.
I was not even looking for any of that.
What's important though is that. So here's what, let's just say if it was life or death, right?
Sure.
Let's just say you were getting up to New York City to do brain surgery and you had to be there at a certain time, otherwise the person's brain was going to melt.
Sure.
And then you would never be able to do that surgery, right? And you try to leave at 11:30. Like you were like you did, and it's a 2-hour trip, and you have to be there by 4. So leaving at 11:30 would put you there with a couple hours to spare,
without a doubt.
Right? That's not on that person's brain if you get there late. You're you have to take into account everything that could possibly go wrong and delay you, not the brain. The brain. Well, your brain. This brain example is confusing me. It's confusing me.
That's a lame excuse.
There's too many brains. There's too many brains.
That's not a good enough
And I'm not even
excuse.
using mine.
You are trying.
There are only 2 brains in this story, and I can't keep track of either one of them right now.
You're doing a real bad job, dude.
Yeah, but it's just like, listen, this is the problem. People think just because it's an excuse, it's a bad thing. That's not the case. Like, some excuses are a little more valid than others.
Okay.
Right? And that's what people need to understand. It's like, it's still an excuse. Just because it's like slightly valid doesn't make it not an excuse. Like, that is the reason. Like, you tried. You really put forth an effort. You were going to get there hours ahead of time.
I was.
And I appreciate that. But it was a Flix Bus, man.
Oh, no, believe me. I'm a very big victim blamer, even when I am the victim.
That's what we all should be.
The whole time, like, this is what I get
for
doing this. This was never, even as mad as I was at Flix Bus and the company and the people at large, the bus drivers, the other people mad at New York, the foreigners that had nothing to do with it. I was livid.
Yeah.
I also
I don't need an incident to wake up mad at foreigners. Dude.
All of
and
that.
keep in mind, still never been out of this country. Wake up every day irate at foreigners because I'm an American. And I'm perfectly fine with that. Whatever that classifies me as an American, I'm that.
And you know what? That's a poor excuse. But it is a reason.
It's a reason.
It is a reason.
It's a reason. I'm taking all the accountability.
And I'm
on it.
I kept everything with, and I do that with everything. Anytime something goes wrong, as much as I could blame what's happening, I am like, well, I was the person who facilitated this. I was the person who
I don't like foreign anything.
Started doing this. So
Dude,
it's like I kind of
kick rocks foreign people, kick rocks foreign objects, kick rocks. Yo, you find
foreign objects.
Dude, you find. Listen, there's a very big difference between finding a rock in your shoe and finding a foreign object in your shoe.
A rock you can just dump out.
Toss that rock.
Foreign object, you got questions.
Yeah, I got to destabilize the community now. This is crazy.
You better not give me an excuse of why you're in my shoe. Don't tell me you came here looking for better resources and jobs. Foreign object.
Oh man, damn! This conversation is crazy. All right, here we go. You want to see how crazy this is? Man, Ryan, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I was so pissed at myself for missing your wrestling event, man.
Oh, you messed up, dude.
God, dude.
What was your excuse?
So I'm gonna tell you my excuse.
Give me the excuse, and I'll figure out whether this is a good or a bad one.
It's okay. Here we go.
Give me the excuse.
All right. So here's the excuse. So do you want me to give you the?
It already sounds bad.
Okay.
It already sounds bad.
So I'm gonna give you the early morning framework first.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go back to tell you why I couldn't handle the early morning framework of it all.
Okay. Give me the early morning framework.
That morning, the morning of your awful wrestling event where the vet went out and did, I can't believe I missed it, man.
Dude,
that video you sent me.
They worked perfectly.
Dude, the video.
It was wild.
So you didn't know about everything that I had going on, and I was already punishing myself a little bit because I just realized that I missed your event. You sent that to me, and I thought it was it felt like more punishment. It was like, dude, it was the timing of it. Because I was already beating myself up at that moment. You sent that to me, and I was like,
That's a good twist of the blade. I like that.
It was good.
I like that.
It was well played, by the way. Right? So that morning, there was a kids jiu-jitsu tournament, and a lot of the kids from our gym competed in it.
Sure.
We had to be there at 9 o'clock in the morning for the weigh-ins, and then the competition started, I think, 11 or something, and went till, let's just say, it was like 2.5 hours. So it went to, I'm not doing 1:30. 1:30-ish, right? Get done, and afterwards I was just so spent.
Yeah.
I was so spent, so I needed a nap.
Sure.
Went home. Took a nap, woke up.
No, naps was the reason?
No. Well, technically, sleeping habits is the reason.
Okay.
The problem is that I go to bed at like 2 a.m. every night.
Sure.
Which isn't typically a problem for me to wake up on a Saturday, except I had to wake up with enough time to like help my wife get my kids together, get out of the house, make a 35-minute drive, and be at a place by 9 a.m.
Gotcha.
So I had to get up really early after going to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning. So that nap, I needed that reset.
Gotcha.
I needed that. If I didn't go to bed so late, I wouldn't have needed the reset. My nap completely reset me so much that when I woke up, it felt like it was a whole new day. I had completely forgot everything that I had planned. I never used calendars. So I had nothing alerting me. Like you weren't posting anything about it between the time that I woke up and the time that it happened. No posts from any. I didn't see any social media about it. Not that I'm blaming you. I'm not blaming you.
The guy who doesn't use calendars. Literally just like, I went to sleep, completely forgot. I will not write anything down. I just will not do that.
Dog.
All right.
I've been punishing dude. Not only that, I changed my life because of this. I was so mad at myself. Like normally, if I'm like kind of annoyed at myself, I can keep doing the same thing and like chalk it up to like whatever.
Yeah.
But dude, I was so mad at myself So you sent me that video on Sunday,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and last night, bed by 10. Dog, I set myself to bed early for a week from missing that event. I wanted to go to that so badly, man. You have no idea. And it's like,
that's so funny that
then
you
it put
grounded
me,
yourself.
dude, it made me be one of the people we hate, which is like, tell me when your next show is, and then never show up. Dude, I was one of those people.
Dude, it was so funny when Alex showed up. She was like, isn't Sidney supposed to be here? And I literally said, I was like, he probably just forgot. But she wasn't like, well, that's. I was like, yeah, but that's, you know, you are in, you know, you do stand up enough, you do shows enough, you do any type of entertainment enough, you know. That hey man, I'm definitely going to be there. That's whether or not someone's being sincere, whether or not someone has their best intentions, whether or not someone is holding the ticket in front of your face, day of 2 blocks from the venue.
They're getting in their Uber right now.
Dude, there's a 70% chance they will not come.
Yeah, they might not make it.
You know that this is just the name of the game.
They're
dude.
showing the bouncer their ID right now.
I'll be right in.
Yeah, they might not make it. They might not make it. There's a slim chance they'll make it.
It's like when you see a woman and you should never be like, oh, how far along are you? You don't do that until the baby's out of the womb. Like, you might have been pregnant.
Yeah.
You just let the chips fall where they may. So like you not being there, I was like, part of me was like, he might show up like maybe after doors. Mm-hmm. But then like when the doors started, I was like, oh, and I think someone else I said to Lalu, I was like, oh yeah, Sydney's coming. He's like, oh, sick.
Dog, don't say
so
that.
Like, but like again,
I haven't seen him in so long.
Again, keep in mind that being said to him he wasn't like, oh man, he was like, oh cool. Like he just was like, but I think he also knows.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
fair.
that's just that's just nature of the beast.
Dog, that being one of the, like, realizing that I was one of the, dude, it was.
Yeah, it sucks.
Because what pissed me off about it the most is I didn't, like, if it was, like, late and I would have been like, oh, shit, I missed his show. Dude, I would have hopped in the car, drove over and just, like, saw you at the end. And I would have been honest, like, oh, man, I didn't make it. I forgot. I came here to hang out with you after the show.
Yeah.
Dude, didn't realize it until the next day.
That's so funny.
Dog.
That is so funny.
I was so mad at myself, man. But like I said, I've been to bed at 10 o'clock every night this week. By the way, also, since then, lost 7 pounds because I also set myself to bed without dinner. Well, technically without a second dinner. I usually eat a second dinner. Haven't had a second dinner at all this week.
Just throwing the second plate out the window. It's bedtime for me.
So that's never going to happen again. Wow. I'm not going to start using calendars, but it's not going to happen again.
I mean, I like where you're headed. Again, I can respect that because I draw a line in the sand. Like, I've never... Dude, even getting back from New York, the Flix Bus going home. Mm-hmm. Now, keep in mind, things are fucking expensive as shit.
Yeah.
The Flix Bus going home was only $13.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, I'm not using it. I was like, I'm not... Dude, I was like, no. I was like, damn. Absolutely not. I'm like, and then I keep going back. I'm like, it's kind of like going back to an abusive relationship. You know, you keep it like, what did I do wrong? What was I doing wrong? When really it was them the whole time.
So I'm imagining this from the position of Flix, where somebody's running into Flix's office, like the head of Flix, and they're like, we lost another customer. Ryan Shaner will never ride with us again. And they're like, we have customers? Like, what? People ride our bus?
That's not what I picture. I picture saying, like, Ryan Shaner will never ride with you again. And the guy's like, they'll be back. I've heard that before.
Yeah.
They always come back.
Yeah, Flix Bus is the opposite of I'll come to the show.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you right now, I for the longest time believed that Flix, Megabus, and Spirit, their slogan, not out for everybody else, but their slogan behind closed doors is like, it's just a matter of time. Mm-hmm. They'll be back.
Yeah.
You could swear up, and I did it. Dude, I remember the last time I decided I was never flying Spirit ever again, coming back from shows in Detroit. Dude, my fucking flight was delayed in Detroit for 3 hours. Then I finally got on the fucking plane, got to Florida for a layover. Your wife and Mary Jo were there.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Dude.
this. Oh, my God. I bumped into Ryan
Shader
in the wild.
gate, and I see them. I'm like, what
Yeah.
are you doing? Like, oh, we had a competition. We were down. And I'm like,
Yeah.
how long have you guys been waiting? Like, yeah, they say that this is going to be like a nut. Dude, so then we waited 2 hours, then got on the plane. Keep in mind, they didn't board us like with like boarding, group number 1 or 2. They just let everyone on the plane. Like a fucking, it was like an Animal House. Get on, dude. We sit on the tarmac at the gate for, I want to say maybe 45 minutes to an hour. They keep announcing that pilots will be showing up. This is like every 50 minutes. The pilots show up. They get on in the cockpit. They literally come on and say like, hey, just want to let you guys know, we're really sorry about the delay. I know some of you think that there will be compensation for this. Just want to let you know, snacks are still this much money. If you're looking for anything free, this is where I'm like, oh, this guy's got jokes. Dude, and then like, perfect. He goes, if you're looking for anything free, the only thing free will be ice and air. Dude, I shit you not. 30 seconds later, he comes on. I've just been informed we do not have ice. I am not fucking with you. Dude, the plane, people were like, fuck. So then,
I'm not gonna lie, the air is free, but it's gonna cost you. Don't want to breathe it.
You don't want to breathe this air. It's free for a reason, folks.
Yeah, it's definitely.
So then
we're paying you for you to breathe the air.
Dude, we sit after that little fucking humdinger he throws out, another like half an hour. And then the guy comes on. He's like, hey, we know you guys have been waiting, and we're really, really sorry, but we've just been informed we have been timed out by the FAA, and we're going to have to find 2 more pilots. The dudes get out of the cockpit.
That's crazy.
And, dude, everyone is like, what? And they weren't allowing us off again.
Yeah.
Because they had, like, once they got the pilots off, they pulled the thing back just enough where we're like, well, how are the other pilots going to get? Dude, we waited again for another 45. Pilots show up. We take off, dude, and then we taxi around. Dude, I was like, are we driving back to fucking Philadelphia? Dude, I was supposed to. This goes back with the time. I was supposed to, from Detroit to Philadelphia, be landing in Philadelphia at 4:45 in the early evening.
Yeah.
I didn't get my key in the door to my house until about 2:45 in the morning. And it was just like, dude, and it was all waiting. The flight was the quickest thing about everything.
So when they bumped into you there and you told them about all the layover and stuff that you were dealing with, they felt really bad for you.
Dude.
So I was talking to Ansley and she was telling me about it all. And she was like, we want to do something nice for him because we're about to leave. Like we're not having all the delays that he's having. We feel bad, should we do something nice for him? I was like, she was like, he just looks so miserable.
I was so pissed.
So this is what I said to Ansley. I was like, honestly, he'd probably look like that if his plane was on time.
Yeah, I probably would.
It was like, because this is what I said to her. I was like, he's been in the airport so long that he probably hasn't had a cigarette in a while.
Oh my God.
So he would probably have that same face.
That is the craziest thing too, is like, look, and I'm not trying to
blow a cigarette in his face.
Dude, it gets to a point where like you walk around and you're like, dude, you expect everybody to just bend the fuck over at the airport. Like once you're in there, you are their proper. They can do whatever they want with you.
There's no hospitality.
There is nothing.
They can't have hospitality.
It's wild.
Because then you'll start thinking you have power. They can't have any passenger in the airport
they can't let you
think they have any sort of power.
Dude, it is crazy. And it's like...
Also, really quickly, Frontier, Spirit, Flix, Megabus, if you think you are living a life where you don't have to deal with any of them, keep in mind the Jurassic Park philosophy. Life will find a way.
Oh, yeah, life will fuck you. Yeah, life
will find a way to put you on one of these vehicles.
Oh, I know.
Whether you are in that... You could be completely... Like, listen, you could make so much money. Life will find... I mean, there's kind of... Like, there is a limit. There is a limit. There is a limit.
I don't think you understand.
There's a
Some
limit.
of the people we know.
I haven't reached it. Life can still make me Megabus.
Life will. Dude, life will make you Megabus. Dude.
Yeah. Unless you guys get on this Patreon. Please help take me and Ryan out of the Megabus bracket. Dog, I'm in the Megabus bracket. My wife's not in the Megabus bracket. She's out of the my wife is in like the Delta Airlines bracket, and I'm in like the Megabus Frontier Spirit bracket. Please help me get up to where my wife is.
You do not want to be in the Spirit bracket. It is so crazy that
I feel so bad when I have to fly with my wife. Because she has to come down to my bracket.
I know.
Because I feel bad.
I know, dude.
Because if I go up to her bracket, that means I know that I was I had to be accommodated for by her.
Sure.
If she comes down to my bracket, then it feels like something I could have afforded to buy us, even though she bought it for us. Even though she bought both of our tickets. Technically, with a lot of hard work and discipline, I could have afforded those tickets.
And you just don't. You don't want to you don't want to have to resort to that. But again, as soon as I saw, it was such a slap in the face, dude. I saw that the Flix Bus was $13, and I was like, I was like, dude, fuck you. So then I booked another bus that was on a different, dude. The bus stop was on a different part of fucking in Midtown. Got there on time, and dude, even the guy was just like. You get on it and you're like, oh, I'm just on another Flix Bus. Mm-hmm. That's the thing, too. I changed company. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't change companies. Yeah. I just changed paint jobs. It is the same crap.
I mean, that's the scam. That's what they do. They just become subsidiaries of a shittier and shittier
it's
and
so
shittier.
Lame. And eventually got home. I will give it to the bus driver. He did make it very well known when we showed up that he was going to try and drive as fast as he could because someone made a mess in the bathroom. He was telling us that as we showed up, and we were like, the one lady was like, so the bathroom there's a mess in there? He goes, oh no, it's clean, but somebody made a mess. And we were like, what does this even mean?
It's him.
Dude, and then we got on, the bus, somebody fucking unloaded in there.
Because he had to hurry up and get you guys to the next stop because he needed to make another mess.
Oh, yeah. Dude, that's another thing, dude.
It's like a 2-hour window between messes.
The amount of times, and it's kind of crazy because I've told people about this and they're like, that happened. Dude, the amount of time I've watched a Flix Bus or a Megabus pull over so the bus driver could go to the bathroom. And again, I get it. Sometimes you got to go. But the frequency of which this one Flix Bus driver and also made an announcement. He was like, hey, I just want to let you guys know. I know we're supposed to be in New York, blah, 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 blah. I have to use the restroom. And you know what? And I'm not going to hold. I'm not going to hold it. And I can respect that level of self-preservation and, doing you. But fuck, dude, we're all, we're on the time that we, had to dictate. What are you doing?
I only rode a Chinatown bus one time in my whole entire life. Okay. Now, from what I understand, they have kind of, required stops along the way.
Yeah.
That aren't necessarily bus stops where people are getting off and on and they have, required stops, which I didn't fully understand. That's what makes it the Chinatown bus, I guess. That's what makes it so cheap.
That's the only country you've ever been in.
Technically, I've been to China. Dude, I've been to Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, China, dude. It's chickens and shit all over the place.
The way the driver, he was running on the steering wheel.
That's how he makes it. He's making 3-point turns.
Dude. It was just magical, dude.
So fucking bus driver pulls over, gets out, doesn't even shut the doors. Gets out, standing outside of the bus, smokes a cigarette with the cigarette smoke blowing back onto the bus, flicks his cigarette, gets back on the bus, and we just start driving again.
Yeah, dude.
He's and I didn't know about the required stops or whatever. In my mind, did he just stop for a cigarette break?
Did. He fucking ripped a heater. That's what he was doing.
That is so very gangsta.
I get distracted when I drive it.
Yeah. Me have so much respect for his gangsta.
I'd be safe. Dude, when I got on the Chinatown bus, which I've taken twice, each time I've gotten on the bus driver was smoking when I got on. They were sitting in the drive. I was like, oh, this is sick. That means I can smoke on this bus. Dude, the amount of people smoking on the bus, whether or not that driver wanted it to be that way, I think he thought, like, I'm smoking. Maybe a few other people will smoke cigarettes. It will not be like a fucking dive bar from 1930. Dude. It was... Dude, it had to have looked like Cheech and Chong going up the highway. There was so much smoke coming out.
No, so here's this. This is in my brain. This segment is now called foreign exchange. Sure. Right? Here's what you're gonna do. Think of like all the different little idiosyncrasies that foreigners have in situations where you're like, I can't believe they're acting like that. Like, which one of those behaviors would you want to do?
Oh, you know what? I think
I know mine.
I really do enjoy, honestly. It's not that I ever want to do it, but when I see and it's not that I want to be on the other side of it. Okay. So in Japan, when they show security guards or platform agents cramming people in a train, I don't want to be on the train. You think you'd be good at it? I don't want to be on the train. I want to be one of the... You think you'd be good at stuffing humans? On that train.
No, first of all, Ryan may be the foremost human stuffer on the planet. Dude. Like, if you were trying to get as many humans as you want to in a suitcase, call Ryan Shane.
The way some of those dudes are just like, shove. Yeah. And what's crazy is...
What technique do you want? Like, so you want to be a shover or do you want to be getting shoved?
I want to be the shover. Okay, I want to be the shover.
Like when you see what they do, like what do you feel like? What spice do you feel like you can add to the culture of shoving people in trains?
I'm gonna run and just gonna
like Liu Kang. Yeah, like,
dude, I'm gonna have my boys kind of hold them in place.
Bicycle kicking Japanese people into a train, like old Japanese women getting bicycle kicked into a train. Oh my god, like dude. If you Hadouken somebody into a train, that would be
dude, if I can uppercut somebody and have them fly into the train,
yoga flaming people into a train would be crazy. Sick. That's in India though.
It is. That's in India, but it's all Street Fighter. It's all Asian.
That's fair.
It's all Asian. All the Street Fighters are Asian.
I definitely would E-Honda people.
Dude, you have to. Dude, you have to. Like when I see that, I'm like, man. I know those guys who are working the platform, I guarantee a lot of them are like, fuck, man, it sucks that we have to do it. Like, I'm pushing. Like, I'm really herding human cattle into a fucking... Like, this is crazy. But there has to be one guy like, yo, I love that I can just run as hard as I can into these people and just sardine them into a fucking train car.
Dude,
to get them off to their weird business job.
I think I would feel like Wile E Coyote feels when he's trying to plug holes in a dam.
Straight. There are you gotta be like you push in one arm and another arm comes out like crap. Damn it. And then you just gotta like, take tape and tape everybody in and just push it in there, dude. That's one thing I think I would I've always seen that and been like, man, that would be so sick.
So if you could now this I know I've seen these videos, I never see anybody necessarily using a tool or an implement, but if you could add a tool or implement to this job, what would you do?
Oh, I would definitely use a snow shovel. I would definitely use a snow shovel.
Yeah, you get a lot of leverage.
I understand that, but I also think that the snow shovel, you can use it because, like, when you're packing snow to make a shape, you can just you know what I'm saying?
People are showing up to work with those lines on their face.
They have the they're ridged all over the place. Like,
it's like the name brand of the shovel on their forehead.
It's like, what happens? Like, he put me on the train. I got here on time, though. By the way, that's what I think.
I just showed my hand for how not manly I am. I couldn't think of one name brand for a shovel. I almost did Husky. Does
Husky makes them. Husky makes them.
Okay, there we go.
Husky, there's Stanley. There's Stanley. Yeah. There's a couple other ones that, like, keep in mind, it's funny you're talking about name brands. Growing up, I don't remember any, like, none of our tools had name brands.
No, they were tools. They were tool brand tools.
They were tools, dude. I couldn't tell you, unless it was a power tool. Dude, any hand tool had no. I don't even know what the fuck.
They didn't even
was.
like guarantee that they would do the job. They were like shaped to do the job.
Yeah, it was just like there.
Yeah,
it's just, can it fit in your hand? That's the.
Yeah,
tool.
it's like technically I'm a screwdriver, but you'll be better off using a butter knife for this. This is crazy. The handle's gonna break off inside and just keep twisting at you.
We had a butter knife with duct and electrical tape around it.
Dude, that's the best.
We would use all the time.
Dude, Tool brand screwdrivers, they would work for a couple twists, and then the plastic.
Yeah, if that broke in there,
and then the handle would just spin.
Fuck that.
That was crazy.
You get yourself a solid steel knife.
Yeah,
dude, those are fucking.
Yeah,
those work.
By the way, the thing that I would like to adopt as an American and do it I just want to have like a sense of like freedom that foreigners do this with.
Sure,
because as an American, you grow up in a culture where this is inappropriate. I love how uncomfortably close Asian people stand to you in line.
I think that comes down to the train.
It's probably the train.
It's like just we need to keep this.
Dude,
as
I'm a
tight
self-packer. I'm gonna pack myself right up against you. No, I'm just packing it in.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm just packing it in.
Close as possible.
Just packing it in. We're just saving room.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, the packing on the train and being close to people, I guess that's a little weird though.
But it's also they do it when there's so much room.
Yeah,
you don't need to be this close, and they don't feel weird at all.
No, dude.
As a matter of fact, they're looking at you like, "What the hell is your problem?
Why are you up my ass right
dude? I'm in line. This is what line is. You just connect like Legos to the person in front of you.
It is human Tetris, dude.
And then somebody at the back of the line, like, no, we don't shuffle to the front. Somebody at the back of the line pushes the whole line
There's
forward.
a guy with a shovel smacking everybody forward.
Yeah.
It seems like such a wild thing. Another thing, it's not that I've wanted to do, but I do when I do see it, and I don't think this is a culture thing. It's just like, it's just a means to an end. Because I'm bitching about Flix Bus and I'm bitching about the train. However, when I do see like an Indian train where people are on, like just hanging on the side of it, part of me is like, yo, that sucks that you have to resort to that. However, there's got to be days when that's so refreshing.
Dude,
there's got to be days where you're just like, hell yeah.
My brain does both.
Hang it on the train.
Two things. I go, it sucks that they have to resort to that. And then my brain goes, it sucks that we'd never be allowed to do that.
Oh, no, never. Ever.
In any way. Do people do it? Yes. And those guys are legends.
But they also, see, the whole thing is those guys who do it, the train, like the trains aren't built for them. They're built, like the trains we have are built to like keep people from doing. In India, they don't even have things around. They don't even have things around. Like, yo, we know there's going to be like 1 billion people hanging from this fucking train. We actually have to get rid of things obstructing them from being flown off or flung off or hit by anything. We don't.
I think it's cool that they adapted.
Yeah, they found a way.
I
know some of their
Jurassic Park.
Their feet are like hands.
Yeah,
just hook on to shit, dude. It is very crazy.
Which is, by the way, in India, they do have very splayed toes because they mostly walk around in sandals or barefoot. Their feet are hands, like they're supposed to be. Our feet are supposed to be hands. Like we have bound feet in America.
We do.
We're all geishas. In training.
we're all stepping around. Your Air Force Ones are basically geisha.
They're geisha shoes.
They're geisha shoes. We had a foot binding since birth.
It's just like different, like hood geishas, trailer park geishas. We have the most geishas.
There's so many geishas, dude.
Than any other country.
It's pretty wild. I mean, have you ever seen Ben Staab's feet?
No,
dude.
I haven't seen any of the guys' feet that we know.
I've never seen Ben Staab's feet, but I have heard ridiculous rumors about it.
That's terrible. I feel bad for him.
Allegedly, Ben Staab, he's a Southern boy.
Yeah.
Always barefoot.
Okay. That's
always,
a good thing.
Always barefoot. Dude, apparently when he takes off his shoes, his feet... Like, you ever seen... like an X-Men movie where they show Beast's feet getting dude, apparently his feet like spread out like hands.
You've never seen my feet. No, you've never seen my feet, my wife's feet, or the feet of my children, apparently. Because look, what you're saying right now is very insulting. The tone. What you're saying obviously are the facts that you were told, but the tone that you're taking for those facts are offensive to this household.
Freak feet.
You know, we have freak feet in this house. We're a freak foot house. We got the freak.
We don't use that word here. Everyone's freaky. Yeah. Everyone's got freak feet.
Dude, I demand that my kids always work on picking things up with their toes so they never lose that skill. They hate it. And then,
it was funny when we were coming. I was like, you guys got to feed yourself. I was waiting to see one of your kids using a wooden spoon with their foot stirring a pot.
They better.
Like, yeah, I'm trying to
damn well better.
I've got things going on.
Yeah, we do everything like Wile E Coyote trying to plug up a tail. They're like doing the dishes, stirring food, like feeding the dog at the same time. Use all your hands. Use all 4 of your hands at the same time.
Man. I mean, don't get me wrong, do I wish I had fucking foot fingers? Sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that would come in handy.
Yeah, but so
footy.
I grew up kind of barefoot for the most part.
Sure.
Like when I was living with my mom, I lived with my mom until 6th grade, and then she had to go deal with some demons.
Sure.
Then I lived with my grandma. My grandmom's household had very different rules around feet than my mom's house.
Gotcha.
My mom, a barefoot human. She loved being barefoot. She used to race all the kids in the neighborhood barefoot and smoke us and break our hearts in front of us, you know? And like, she was trying to like recruit people to live a barefoot lifestyle and run barefoot and how much faster you run when you're barefoot. Dude, I moved to my grandmom's house. We weren't allowed to not wear shoes in the house.
I mean,
I have not yet met another American family where that is a rule.
I mean, I know a lot of shoes off households.
Mm-hmm.
We were not one of them.
Dude, do you know shoes on households though?
That only wear shoes?
Because I think you missed what I said. We weren't allowed to not wear shoes.
Oh, you had to wear shoes.
We had to wear shoes.
I misinterpreted that.
Dude, and so growing up, how many times per week did you guys vacuum your floor?
Fucking, I don't know. My mom, I think like maybe once a week.
Dude.
If that.
Twice a day in my grandmom's house.
Jesus Christ.
Twice a day because it was a shoes on policy.
Shoes on?
Everybody hated feet in that house, apparently. Dude, my grandma.
I don't want these kids with these freak ass feet in my house.
Dude, she was disgusted by feet. And so then all of her adult children that lived in that house, they were all disgusted by feet. Dude, if you came down the stairs without your shoes on, dude, people would act like you came downstairs with your dick out. It was insane.
That's wild.
They would flip out on you. They would make you keep a pair of shoes. Like, you know, we're black, so we all have so many pairs of shoes.
Sure.
They would make us keep a pair of shoes because me and my brother kept coming downstairs without shoes on because we grew up in a no-shoe household, and then we got transplanted to my grandma's house in the middle of the night.
Was it a no-shoe or didn't have shoe household?
In my mom's house?
Yeah.
First of all, dude, we were, we were living in abject poverty, but we were N-word rich.
All right.
Right? I always had way too many crispy sneakers. But they were so crispy because I only wore them to school.
Sure.
And then I would come home, and then I had either play sneakers or I'd be out front barefoot.
Sure.
Right? I was a barefoot kid.
Yeah.
And my guy, it was like, so they made us keep a pair of sneakers downstairs. So kids, we kept coming downstairs without shoes on, and we could put our shoes on downstairs. Dude, the carpet, you could see like from the doorway when you came into the house to where the steps was, it like wore away a path.
Oh yeah.
It was just all sneakers on the carpet, and it was
Yeah.
like flat and like worn out.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are we doing? This is insane.
It's a required shoe household. I've never heard of that.
You can say it. It's retarded.
That's retarded, dude.
So I have my big toe and the toe next to it splayed. The toe next to that, a little less space but still splayed. The toe next to that, less space but kind of splayed. My pinky toe is like up against the last toe. So it's like splayed, touch. So I don't have the full splay, so it does look insane. My toes are insane. But my wife, she has a good splay, and my kids have the splay.
She got the good stretch out.
Yeah, she got the good. Like, dude, she would make no money on only feet.
No, she might make the most money.
You think so?
Oh yeah, dude.
It's like no, like I looked at some of the feet that are on there, because so we were talking only because.
What's your excuse or reason for this?
I'll tell you why. My wife and I, we were talking about foot binding, and then we were talking about how in our culture we have been trained, basically indoctrinated to appreciate feet of what close together. That is the more aesthetic feet for us.
Sure.
So then I was thinking that's probably what all the feet on all these sites are. They're probably like close together toes. Started looking around. Yes, there are some toes that are a little sprayed, but they're tiny women feet.
Oh yeah.
My wife doesn't have tiny women feet.
She could be making him money. Dude.
My wife got dogs.
I'm telling you. There's got to be a search bar for dogs.
Dude, I don't
Show me the
like
barking
saying
doggies.
this. Before this got turned into a racial slur for white people, which was very recently. Keep in mind, my wife and I, we've been together for 26 years. And this has only been like a mainstream racial slur for white people over the last like 4 or 5 years. But I used to say she had Neanderthal feet.
Oh, is that a racial slur now?
Yeah, but if the like the black talking heads, like the BLM type guys, they just blatantly call white people Neanderthals.
All right. I mean, is that derogatory? Is that derogatory?
It is to them, but if you know anything about history and about like evolution, you're kind of giving them the coolest status.
Yeah, I was
Neanderthals.
I was like, I don't know if that's. Look, I see what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
I respect your ability to try to insult the whites.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's working out the way.
I feel the same way when like white people call like people of color, of any color, savages. I'm like, you're fucking right.
Savage is a cool.
That's cool as hell.
That is a pretty.
Makes
cool
me want to put a headband on. You're damn right.
I'm a Macho Man, Randy Savage. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. That's a cool nickname.
I am a Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Savage.
It's like
Randy
yeah,
Savage.
yeah, Savage. You mean of the Macho Man Randy variety? I'm a Randy Savage.
Do not call me a savage. You better call me a Minka Man. That's what you better call me.
That's true.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Pointing up to the top. Are you a savage? No, I'm of the Minka Man. The Minka Man's tribe. Holy shit. Did we do it?
I think we let's kick it a little more. Can we kick a little more?
Yeah, we can kick
Because
it. I didn't know exactly what time it was.
Yeah. We have some stuff that we can't put on there yet, like in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
So we have to like go to that time.
I see what happened.
Yeah. You know how we be. You know how we be.
all those earlier tropes you were making about foreigners can't get on this podcast.
Some of them are going to be on there.
Some of them will be.
Like the second half of that.
Sure.
Like when we went back to it again. But
what we were talking about earlier, that was just
eventually that earlier stuff will make it to the Patreon because now I do.
Sure.
I put some of those. I call them preambles. Every now and again, I'll pop one of those on there.
Those are good.
So I save them all.
I like what you're doing there.
Yeah, because those got to be behind a paywall.
I love that you're holding on to the cancel nuggets. Pretty good.
Yeah. Some of them slip through. We're not perfect.
It's like a murderer holding on to souvenirs. You're like, why did you keep those? You knew you were going to get caught eventually with that.
Because I was going to post them.
They're my trophies. I'm sorry. I like to keep a little souvenir of all the terrible things I've done.
So what my brain is doing right now, because dude, being called a savage and being like claiming like, ooh yeah, just like yeah. What other slurs are not actually insults? Like what other that immediately come to you?
I mean, I'm trying. Like I remember there was another thing. So like the funny thing about Neanderthal, I'm not saying that black people aren't now using it, but they.
And, real quick, and by the way, if you can comment, if we don't hit your slur, that's actually.
Please comment the slurs.
Yeah, let us know what slurs are actually not insults. But yeah, what you were saying.
So like Neanderthal, I remember. that being used like in 80s movies
Mm-hmm.
by nerds talking about jocks. So like I'm not going to say that black people didn't appropriate this slur, but they may have done it. They may have appropriated from white nerds in the 80s. However, the other thing I remember hearing was shaved ape. Like, that guy's like a shaved ape.
Dude, that is the best compliment
That's
you can
kind
say
of
to me.
sick.
That's
like a
the best.
shaved ape. Like, yeah, dude.
Dude, you know what I mean? Dude, like, what?
Fucking, what are you talking about, dude?
These old things? I'm like hanging from a tree like, who, me?
You talking about how I can rip the face off of somebody? Yeah,
sure.
that's fine. I'm fine. Then the other one was, again, it goes back to Neanderthal, is a fucking caveman. I remember people being called cavemen. It was like, oh, this fucking barbaric caveman.
Yeah.
It's like, it's kind of sick,
It's kind of
dude.
neat. It's kind of neat.
Like, that's a sick slur, and I don't know if it is. I don't know if
you
that
mean
is a slur.
like Fred Flintstone or Barney Rubble?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Are you talking about Captain Caveman? You talking about a hairy dude with a cape and a club?
It is
that sounds pretty
so
sick.
hard to slur stupid people. They're unslurrable. You can't get me, man.
Dude, honestly,
Do your best.
If someone called me Captain Caveman, I'm like, yo, that's pretty sick.
You know what I mean?
That's pretty sick.
Oh, like I forget his name. He's like the black guy that called Shane a Neanderthal recently because of the Kevin Hart roast.
Black guy.
It was
Glad. Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes, the guy. Yes, I don't remember his name, but I do know who you're talking about. He did a huge thing on Facebook. He had a very nice racially charged rant.
Yeah.
And hey, what have you?
But every time I hear him say, like, call white people a cave or Neanderthal, I'm like, dude, you should be calling us that.
Sure.
Like, what are you doing?
But I guess I will say that most of the derogatory, white people definitely call black people savages way more than Neanderthal. Like they kind of cornered the savage part on that, which I think savage sounds sick.
Yeah.
Like as much as that is a slur, that is a sick slur. Dude.
Yeah, I can't find it immediately, and I'm not gonna keep looking because I'm not that interested in this. But man, it's like, so that guy Chud the Builder.
Oh,
right?
Chud! Jesus Christ!
Right? So he's going to jail.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
He's going to jail.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna go.
So is by the way, Carmelo Anthony, that guy that stabbed the kid at the track, Austin Metcalf.
Yeah.
Dude, they're both going to jail.
Oh, I
And
don't
it's
doubt.
almost the same.
I don't doubt
crime.
either of those guys. Either going to jail.
So before I get into what I've been telling people, because people were like, black people are like, he's not even going to go to jail. That Chud the Builder. That's going to be freedom of speech law. I'm like, here's what people need to understand about how the law works, right? We have the letter of the law and the spirit of the law. And justice happens for both of those things. You can have justice for the letter of the law or justice for the spirit of the law. Now, the spirit of the law is that it is a deterrent for society to do en masse.
Sure.
Right? So you look at those situations, and I was talking to Ansley, and you compare Chud the Builder to the Kyle Rittenhouse situation, right? Mm-hmm. Which one, if you expanded that into greater society, if you scaled that up, which one would be terrible for society and which one would be neutral for society or good for society? Because if it's neutral or good, then the spirit of the law doesn't touch it.
Which one would be better for society?
So you got to give it its objective facts. Though you got to look at it for only.
So
its
Kyle
facts.
Rittenhouse killed 2 people or 1 person?
One person shot, destroyed the arm of another person. But so go from the beginning. Kyle Rittenhouse decided that he was going to go.
He crossed state lines.
To
go to
go to a protest. Use his
gun.
Have his gun and use it to protect property damage from protesters.
Sure.
He was attacked by protesters, ran from protesters, got caught, hit with a skateboard, fell down. A guy pointed a gun at him. He shot that guy's arm off, got up, ran again. Another guy attacked him and started beating him. He shot that guy. That guy died.
Okay.
Right? Chud the Builder. So, like, all right, scale that up. If you scale that up, going to protect property, being attacked, running first, getting hit, having a gun pointed at you, shoot that person. If you scale all that up, is that terrible for society? Just only what he did. Is that terrible for society, neutral for society, or good for society?
I would say neutral.
Thank you.
I would say that's neutral for society.
Totally fair, right? Now, if you look at Chud the Builder, who goes to, let's just say, ethnic neighborhoods, incites the people of that ethnicity to attack him, gets attacked, shoots and kills a person of that ethnicity. If you scaled that up,
yeah, that's bad.
That's bad.
First off, the whole Chud the Builder thing, I have never understood. Dude, I've never understood doing, like, when people are like, oh, it's just my freedom of speech. I can go and be the most annoying piece of shit in the world. It's like, yeah, you can. And no, don't get me wrong. If I was in this situation, I would just be like, I'm not even going to pay any mind to this fucking retard. I really would just be like, oh, you're a retard.
I would just like roast with him. I would get him, like, he's not crushing me because he's not going to destroy me with these terms.
But I also wouldn't give the dude. It's like when you give a retard a cookie, they're just going to keep coming back. They're just going to, if you just take the wind out of this fuck ass's sail, he doesn't have anything anymore.
Yeah, but he also knows that black culture
I understand.
is a rebellious culture, is a you got me fucked up culture. So he knows that he's more than likely going to get a reaction, right? So, and here's what. So the one video I saw. This may have been the video where he ended up shooting a person. Sure. I don't know. I don't really follow all this stuff that closely. Yeah. But there was a video of him talking shit to black people, getting his racial slurs out, and then a white chick starts defending the black people in that vicinity, and he tells her, like, get the fuck out of here, mud shark. And it's like, mud shark, is that really an insult? Like a shark that can leave the water and go on land? That sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, they have this called mud skippers, dude. They're called little fish.
No, mud skippers.
Little mud skippers, dude.
But the mud skippers are like, yeah, kick that motherfucker out of here.
Yeah, sure.
But a mud shark? Ain't nobody kicking a mud shark out of here. Dude, mud shark owns real estate.
You don't need dirty Jawz coming after you. You don't need that. Dude, you know what dirty Jawz sounds like? Yes.
Oh my God. Dude. Doesn't feel like a racial slur anymore. You see what I'm saying? Break it down a little bit.
Sick.
Think about what's being said. Think about, you might be being complimented but not even realizing.
If she had pulled that to Chud, I don't know what he would have done.
It would have broken his brain.
I don't know what he would have done. If he was like, ooh, you mean like dirty Jawz?
Dude, dirty Jawz may be the best thing ever.
Dirty Jawz. What are you talking about? It's like a black lady Jawz. Oh my God. Jawz comes out of the water. Lord. Oh man,
now we did it. Now we did it. we almost 360 back to what we could have shown. We almost went to like a Pac-Man portal and ended up back where we came.
We didn't even know we went through there. Oh my God. Well, we definitely declared war on foreigners.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
And travel,
definitely travel. Yeah, I think that was the main theme.
That was the main thing.
Travel and the slings and arrows people go through with going with budget ass stupid travel, which again I hope to never have to deal with, but I also know it's going to happen.
And
you can't get away from it.
And I do as many, please, people. I don't care if you comment a racial slur that you think should actually be a compliment, and you think of another one, comment again.
Yeah, just keep going.
As many of those as possible.
We're never going to be like,
Yeah. We'll never dirty jaws.
We'll never
dirty jaws, dude.
We'll
I don't dirty jaws anybody. If I ask for something, I'll never dirty jaws you, dog. I'm not an Indian dirty jawser.
And if you love this content, make sure you get on the Patreon. You get a bonus episode. You get a secret unreleased episode. And you become part of the community, all for just $3. It's an amazing deal. And make sure you get the book Solomon. Over 375 copies sold. Please pick it up. Please get on it. It's a great read. It's the summertime. Maybe you can take it down by the beach and look out for some dirty jaws out there while you're reading the book.
And also, join me last week for Mr. Ryan's wrestling show.
It's a good time.
Yeah, get to bed by 10.
We're gonna switch on over to Patreon. We do this every Sunday. Thank you guys for joining us. We will see you next time. I've been Ryan Shannon. This has been Sidney Gantt. And this has been World War Fun.